Hi friends, and welcome to a new video. Today I'll show you my favorite art magazines, since many of you asked me to do this after posting a story on my Instagram. Basically, I was on a trip and I took one of my magazines with me because I found it easier to carry around. But my passion for art magazines started a few years ago when I discovered the Beautiful Bizarre magazine thanks to the artist Kellogg Loops, whom you probably already know. This is a contemporary art magazine from Australia where you can find the work of emerging and leading artists, makers, and photographers. It mainly contains interviews with artists about their lives and work, but you may also find step-by-step guides to creating art, studio visits, and insights from the galleries. It's a quarterly magazine, which means there are only 4 issues a year, usually delivered in March, June, September, and December. You can purchase a 12 or 24-month subscription, as well as single back issues, both print and digital. Personally, I got a year print subscription because I wanted to see the artworks printed on paper. I believe that nothing compares to a beautiful, high-quality print when it comes to art. You can really appreciate the paper texture, the brush strokes, the colors, and overall you feel closer to that piece of art. The reason I love this magazine and recommend it is the quality of paper and print. Just think you can find it in galleries, learn about amazing new artists that social media does not promote, and discover new art techniques and job opportunities in the art industry. They also hold an annual contest called Beautiful Bizarre Art Prize that can help you getting in front of art professionals and collectors, as well as winning a big financial support. This being said, I haven't renewed my annual subscription because the print format is a bit expensive, also considering the shipping costs to Italy. And overall, I feel I'm not so into contemporary art lately. But I'll probably get some single digital issues in the future because they're more affordable and I still have the chance to read interviews and discover new artists. The Illustoria magazine is completely different from the previous one, both in terms of content and audience, but it still has excellent print quality. This magazine is intended for both kids and grown-ups who enjoy stories, art, and activities. So if you're looking for creative art and crafting tutorials, funny strips and comics, and kid-lit art in general, you'll love it. Unfortunately, you can only buy the print format, and if you live in Europe like me, the shipping cost may be higher than the actual magazine price. This is the reason why I only have one single issue. But if you have the chance, you should get it because it's worth it. What I love about this magazine is that it's fully packed with creativity and inspiration. It has a large variety of drawings, and you can see different ways of using art to communicate a message. To me, reading an art magazine is also a way to keep up to date with new art applications and to research potential clients and projects. The CDQ magazines are really precious to me. They're produced by 3D Publishing, which is also the publisher of many popular art books, so the print quality is insanely good. This magazine is completely dedicated to character art as well as digital art. So if you're really into creating your own characters and if you want to improve your designs and workflow, here you'll find a lot of professional content. It provides many tutorials, guides, interviews, and art galleries, and it features top industry artists who bring useful insider knowledge and tips. What I love about it is that the content is written in a simple, informal way and it doesn't annoy with too many technicalities. There are also fun comic strips on the cover that provide useful tips such as drawing the head at different angles or drawing a character using boxes and so on. The CDQ magazine is released quarterly, so there are only 4 new issues a year. You can buy a 1-year subscription or you can get single issues from those available. You can also download a free sample on their website, so you already have an idea of the content before you make any purchase. To be honest, I don't think you need to buy many issues in order to improve, because the topics and tutorials are pretty much the same. The main difference is the artist you can find inside, so you may be interested in getting the issue that features your favorite artist. Graphite is another 3D publishing magazine, so again, you won't be disappointed with the quality of the paper and the printed images. Although the name says Graphite, it's not all about pencil art. It's more of a traditional-only magazine focusing on different media such as watercolors, oil paints, color pencils, and of course a lot of graphite sketching. Here you'll find plenty of inspiration and creative ideas rather than step-by-step content as in the CDQ magazine. It's not about learning how to draw, but more about having a glimpse into each artist's setup, their favorite tools, and their creative process. What I love about the Graphite magazine is the variety of content it provides, from architecture to urban sketching, from portrait art to illustration, and so on. Of course, this magazine won't teach you how to draw a building, for example, but you get to see how the artist approaches the drawing and some tips and tricks that can help you in the process. Unfortunately, this magazine has been discontinued and it's out of print on the publisher website, but you may find some copies on other platforms such as Amazon. I'm very sorry they stopped producing it because it's very difficult to find other magazines about drawing and traditional art in general. Last but not least, I want to talk about the Imagine FX magazine. This is my absolute favorite magazine to this day. I usually buy the annual digital subscription to avoid the shipping costs, but some time ago I also had the opportunity to buy some paper copies. Anyways, this is a monthly magazine and it's also more similar to a standard magazine, both in terms of cost, paper and layout, but it still has a pretty good print quality. It's also by far the most detailed magazine in terms of workshops, resources, interviews, community news, and product reviews. Each issue highlights a different topic in the art industry, which can be manga, animation, drawing, portrait art, fantasy illustration, and so on. You can also submit your works to Imagine FX and get featured in the magazine, or you can use their hashtag and grab their attention on the letters page. They feature both digital and traditional artists. In fact, I had the chance to get my traditional illustrations featured in one of their issues. I can't tell you how excited I was. So, in the first pages, you'll find the digital artists chosen for that month, while the last few pages are dedicated to the traditional artists and to the traditional tutorial with a video workshop attached. The rest of the magazine contains opinions from professional artists on different topics, mostly related to news and events in the art industry, then a day in the life and a studio tour of a particular artist, sketchbooks and art gallery, product reviews divided in hardware and books, and a few digital workshops. So, you guys, this magazine is everything. It's both inspirational, creative, and technical. You can't find better than this. I also love that I can read it on my phone on their app, so when I'm traveling, it's the easiest thing to take with me. These were my top 5 art magazines, and I love each and every one of them for different reasons. No matter if I am home or away, I can always take one of these magazines with me to always be inspired and keep creativity going. I hope you find this useful and let me know in the comments which of these magazines you already own or know about. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye!